practice Thursday turned everyone's head by choosing Ty Simpson 13 overall. Pick made even bigger headlines when Sean McVay appeared, let's put it this way, unenthusiastic while discussing the decision with the media. Saturday, McVay was on with Schrager and Kyle Brandt here on ESPN and made it clear the quarterback was not the reason for his demeanor.
I would have been stoic by nature anyways, just based on the respect for Matthew, because it's a unique situation. You get a chance to be able to, take a player that you like at a really important position, but you don't want it to be minimized or misunderstood in terms of what this means in terms of our investment and our commitment to Matthew for as long as he wants to continue to play. And so you're kind of teetering that line. And clearly, I came off a little grumpier than normal.
What did you take away from that conversation?
That this is a Sean McVay decision. Make no doubts about it. Any decision in that organization is going to be signed off by McVay. But any question Thursday night that he went, Les Snead went rogue is now looked at as silly. And he had to do that and take his man because of the way they look at the future of this team. Stafford, to them, they'd love for him to stay there 3-4 years, whatever. But he is year to year, and looking at his age and the fact it's a final season, maybe with the LA Super Bowl, if it all goes that way, they don't envision themselves ever having a top 5, top 10 pick. So we're talking about the Jets and being in the Arch Manning sweepstakes. The Rams don't see that. They also looked at the free agent landscape for the next couple of years. They don't see a big name. So they said, at 13th overall, I know Lemon's on the board, I know Sadiq's on the board, we're going to take a quarterback and ensure that we have a handoff plan once Stafford does call it quits. I'll add this. If they had traded the 13th overall pick and got Trent McDuffie at 13 and taken Ty Simpson with the 29th pick, I don't think there would be this brouhaha. Instead, they got McDuffie in the trade and they took Simpson where they could.
Great point.
They're happy with it. It's a long-term plan.
So, Dan, we know how much you like the player, but did you like the pick based upon who made it?
Absolutely. I think this is the right decision for a well-run organization. Everyone who's saying the Rams should have taken wide receiver, okay? The average rookie wide receiver right now over the last 10 years in the first round comes in, gives you 52 catches and 4 touchdowns. If you think the Rams are 52 catches and 4 touchdowns away from a wide receiver from going to the Super Bowl and winning it, you're out of your mind. To pass on a quarterback at that position that they really like in the future to get 52 and 4 is not going to be the difference-making of the Super Bowl. You're replacing the quarterback position for one of 2 reasons, performance or age. No matter what organization, either the performance isn't good enough or the age is too old. The Rams are in a situation where the age is getting there, but the performance doesn't match. And that's why they're trying to thread the needle. This is a threading of the needle. It's a rare situation where you're trying to do both timelines the right way, essentially at the same time. And you just got to trust an organization that, God bless, has done it right for like 8 years now at a pretty high level.
D-Wood, you were telling me this morning some of the players in that locker room might not see it that way.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if I'm a veteran guy, it's like, this guy's not helping me in 2026. I think to a man, all of us at the table believe that the Rams are, if not the favorite, one of the favorite teams to win the Super Bowl. And you just sitting there like, this guy's not going to play. He's just not going to play. I understand. Listen, I understand the whole premise that we're not going to be, more than likely, we're not going to pick anywhere near the position that we're at. But as a veteran, I'm not concerned about 2027.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not concerned about any of that. I want guys that can help me right now win a Super Bowl.
The only thing, could you close your eyes right now? Fast forward, Rams hosting the Super Bowl essentially in LA because it's in LA, win, and Matthew retires. Then all of a sudden you're sitting there going, well, what do we do now? We have the 32nd pick. Yeah. We're nowhere near getting another quarterback that's good enough to run this offense. Then all of a sudden you become a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
To Damien's point, I could see Kenyon Sadiq catching 7 passes for 94 yards in the Super Bowl and being a hero. I can't see Ty Simpson doing that.
I agree, but I could also see...
That would be a story.
Jordan Whittington do it. I can see them trading in November for a receiver that's on the market for a team that's not playing well.
For sure.
And all of a sudden, there was never going to be the perfect position or perfect selection for everybody. I understand the veteran thing. They're not running the team. Les Snead is. So you got to trust your general manager that's put you in the situation.
We've seen this go sideways in the past a lot. I'm old enough to remember when the Denver Broncos drafted John Elway's heir apparent once upon a time.
Tommy Maddox.
And it created a rift between Elway and Reeves that really caused an enormous change in that.
Out of UCLA.
And Elway was extremely upset about it because he was like, I'm trying to win the darn thing right now. So I see both sides of it. I mean, honestly, I see both sides of it. The proof will be in the pudding. They could still be the best team this year. They could still wind up winning it. And there's no guarantee who they were going to take in the first round was going to be the difference. But I could see wanting to take someone at 13 that might help you. If in the long run Ty Simpson becomes the quarterback of this team for a decade, then that would be the answer.
And that's the truth. And they really, they liked him, and then they started to fall in love with him over the film. And they were like, we actually see it here. The issue is, and Daniel Jeremiah made this point on the broadcast over on NFL Network, I saw it. He said he hasn't played a ton in 5 seasons at Alabama, and he's not going to play a ton the first season with the Los Angeles Rams. So you're talking 15 games over 6 seasons of football.
Yeah.
Not a lot of football.
Yeah, that's a separate question. So it's the pick, and then it's the player. Time will tell. We have much more on the draft as we go. How about another pick that some people questioned? The power of love. Did the Cardinals make a big mistake taking Jeremiah number 3? Their coach was asked that question. You'll hear his answer. And that's not the only thing we have pulling into the station. In the books, and it's time for some opening statements from my crew on what we saw over the weekend. Peter Schrager, we'll start with you. Give me your opening statement on the 2026 NFL Draft.
The Kansas City Chiefs made the loudest statement heard around the league this weekend. With all the speculation on will they take a wideout, will they take a tight end, they trade up to get Mansour Delane, and then they go defense, 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 defense with their first 4 picks, getting a corner, a defensive tackle, an edge and a speed edge, and R. Mason Thomas out of Oklahoma, and then getting a guy that they've compared to the Honey Badger-like qualities, Jadon Kennedy out of Oregon. To do all this and not address offensive line, tight end, or wide receiver in a world where we're like, they got to get Mahomes help, it's a statement that they believe they've got the offensive bodies in-house. It was defense that was holding them back last year.
Did you like how they handled that? It was notably pointed in that direction. Did you think that was the right direction?
Yeah, I like that they were aggressive to go get Delane. They're obviously banking on Kenneth Walker, their free agent addition at running back, to be the guy we saw in the last 6 games. Last 6 games last year, 125 touches, over 770 yards. I think if they get that player because of all that defensive re-establishment or added pieces, this is going to be a team that, as long as Patrick's healthy, is right back where we expect them to be.
All right, let's give me another one here. D. Wood, give me an opening statement from the now concluded 2026 NFL Draft.
Yeah, I love what the Las Vegas Raiders did in this draft, in which obviously we know Fernando Mendoza was the number 1 pick. They got that quarterback of the future. But when you talk about the Raiders, I love how they focus on the defensive secondary play in the AFC.
College programs, guys that you saw at Texas Tech in big games, and guys that you saw at Oregon and Indiana play. And then D'Angelo Pons is a sneaky one. I'll tell you this, the big comparison that everyone was making, plays like Aaron Glenn.
Exactly.
And Aaron Glenn was emotional speaking with him. So Jets fans, good place. But to your point, this is set up not for this year necessarily, but for the year following.
It's a desired destination for a young quarterback
for the first time
in a long time.
In decades.
And that offensive line you mentioned is a bunch of young kids for the most part that are talented. I still say this, the ideal, and I know Jets fans, you don't want to hear this, the ideal situation, you win like 5 or 6 games, you're competitive every week, Aaron Glenn continues to save his job, and they are a top 2 pick next year. There's not going to be 6 stud quarterbacks in the 2027 class.
I'm with you. Or win some more games. You have 3 first-round picks next year. You can package some and move around.
You want to be in a situation where you don't have to dance too much.
I mean, I guess in a perfect world, but that feels next year's draft is a very long way away. Mm-hmm. And just as a final thought, my Jets group text chat thing when they passed on Omar Cooper at 16 was enraged, and then they wound up getting him at 30.
That's great.
That was pretty good. That's all things considered. The Jets had a good weekend. Coming up,